Alex Jones here with an extremely important message to Donald Trump, the people of the United States, the people of the world. Crooked Hillary Clinton has openly stolen the nomination of Bernie Sanders. Mr. Trump, I'm not going to lay things out here that you don't already know, but I am going to ask you to seriously think about making the issue of Hillary's election fraud in the primaries one of the central issues to defeating her in November. I have interviewed all the top election fraud experts, whether it's from low-level retail voter fraud or election fraud with the black box voting machines. And the evidence is clear. Only landslides can defeat major election fraud. And as your polls go up and up and up, 7-10 points against Hillary, as people learn how corrupt she is and how corrupt she has been, your numbers are only going to go up. They know you are the real leader. They know you should be the next president of the United States, and they're going to try to block you. When the mainstream media ridiculed Donald Trump and said he was a sore loser, that he shouldn't talk about Ted Cruz canceling elections and having voterless victories in the primaries, yes, it was sensational when he came out and said, I'm winning these states, but they're giving the delegates to Ted Cruz. In some cases, they would just cancel elections in many states and just give him all the delegates.
So we have a rigged system. So in Colorado, they were going to vote. And you saw what's happened in Colorado. It's one of the big things. It's a fix. Because we thought we were having an election, and a number of months ago, they decided to do it by, you know what, right? Right? They said, we'll do it by delegate. They said they're going to do it by delegate. Oh, isn't that nice? And the delegates were all there, all waiting. And the head guy, in fact, one of them tweeted out today or said today by mistake, and then they withdrew it, something to the effect, see, never Trump. Look what we did, never Trump. Because if I go to the voters of Colorado, we win Colorado.
Donald Trump wasn't intimidated. He came out and said, what do you mean? When I win a state, I should win the delegates. And they had to back down. Sanders didn't do that. And Hillary stole it from him.
But Bernie Sanders, I will say this, for the last 5 weeks, you turn on your television, Sanders wins. Sanders wins. Again, Sanders wins. Like 7 or 8 or 9, he keeps winning. And then you listen to the people and the pundits, and they say he has no chance of winning. I said, what's going on? Because you have super delegates. By the way, I think the Republicans have a worse system than the Democrats, but they have super delegates. It makes it impossible for a guy that wins to win.
It is imperative that the Trump campaign make this one of the central issues, because it only further documents the organized crime nature of Hillary Rodham Clinton and her crime family. If she stole the primary, she's going to try to steal the general election. So Donald Trump's already done the right thing in the primary. He didn't let the voters have their votes stolen. He didn't let himself and his family be robbed as well. He stood up and said no. And so now Donald Trump needs to really think about what he's going to do. But we have to think about what are we going to do to stop Hillary, who's already stolen the process, who's a fraudulent nominee, from stealing the general election. My message to the American people is this. You're having your republic stolen in front of you. Not in our 240 years has there ever been a primary where they openly stole it from a nominee. This is unprecedented. And we need a referendum supporting free and open elections in this country. And that referendum is a landslide for Mr. Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States. We've got to call this fraud out for what she is. I know there's this attitude of good sportsmanship. When you're on the field with the Al Capone of politics, Hillary Clinton, you've got to tell it like it is. And Mr. Trump, I know I'm not telling you something you don't know. The reason you are successful is you have courage, you're a maverick, and you're not pulling punches. I'm asking the American people to support you in standing up to this witch. And I'm asking the American people to take action and to really cause a grassroots brush fire dealing with the issue of black box voting, election fraud, illegals voting, and others. Because if you think Hillary's going to stop with stealing the nomination, if you think she's going to try to steal the general election, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you. Now, this has just been a basic announcement of these messages. I'm going to be following these on a weekly basis with detailed reports at Infowars.com, documenting everything we're breaking down so that not just Mr. Trump, but the general public can get this information out to everyone we know. I, as a citizen, am standing up for the integrity of my right to vote.